What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing good. First off, photo mode is in the game, and it's not a tiny afterthought, it's properly featured. You access it from the pause menu, and it gives you the usual controls you'd expect. Camera positioning with standard movement controls, field of view and depth of field sliders, camera angles, time of day toggles, and a whole raft of visual filters. There are UI tabs for different effects, and you can hide or show player characters, summons, NPCs, enemies, and even damage numbers, so you can actually get that clean cinematic shot without chaos ruining the frame. If you're into sharing screenshots or building cooler thumbnails, this one changes the toolkit in a big way because single player automatically pauses the action, so you don't miss anything while you adjust settings. On the class front, Harlow's 0 point got reworked in a way that reshapes how the tree feels and functions. The core idea is that the base 0 point skill now includes what used to be the inertia augment, so killing an enemy in stasis resets the duration and makes the skill search for a new target, while the inertia augment itself has been shifted to emphasize slam damage and spawn mini projectiles that do cryo or radiation damage. It also adds stacking status effect bonuses to make the slam playstyle more viable and distinct. The devs explicitly said this is part of a broader plan to keep action skills feeling unique and to monitor balance over time, so expect they'll watch how this plays out and iterate accordingly. If you main Harlow or build around 0 point, this is the headline change to test. Loot and endgame saw some welcome adjustments too. Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, UVHM, levels now increase dedicated loot drop levels, meaning the higher the UVHM level you play at, the better your chances of dedicated loot dropping. That's an important shift for anyone who grinds for class mods, specific weapons, or set pieces. It puts more incentive on pushing UVHM rather than staying at baseline. There are also fixes for items falling into odd geometry and specific fixes to red chest unlock conditions, which until now could be frustrating during a farm run. If you've been annoyed by lost drops or chests that don't open when they should, that should help. The patch also digs into progression and contract issues that were creating weird edge cases. Several contract missions that weren't tracking progress reliably have been fixed, so things like patrol objectives now progress correctly when you kill enemies, and various vault card weekly challenges that used to reset or not track properly now behave as intended. There's a new tutorial edition for True Mode when you hit the campaign's completion, and some fixes to ensure DLC unlocks work when you're offline. In short, the grind and progression ladder is a less likely to glitch out on you after this update, which always feels like a relief. Boss fights and world events were not left untouched. Bloom Reaper's fight got several hard fixes. Falling into fog now consistently kills players instead of causing strange survival states. The purple rift won't spawn until after the boss is defeated, and the invincible health bar issue during later phases has been addressed. Other bosses and world events were tuned so rewards spawn reliably, enemies don't get stuck in the air, and overall encounter flow is more stable. Those changes are the kind that don't feel revolutionary, but make repeated boss runs and timed encounters much less frustrating. If you've ever lost momentum because something broke mid-fight or rewards didn't appear, this patch directly targets that experience. There are also a bunch of more specific Vault Hunter fixes across the roster. Amon received consistency improvements to cryo damage behavior in multiplayer, and fixes that prevent Vault meter issues when abilities activate. Vex had problems addressed with cooldown interactions, magazine resets, and passive synergies that weren't behaving correctly. Across all characters, several bugs tied to healing numbers, summoned entities, action skill duration, capstone interactions, and legendary class mod effects were cleaned up. These aren't changes that necessarily scream impact on paper, but in practice they tighten up builds and make co-op play feel far more reliable. Beyond gameplay, the update includes several quality of life and performance-related notes worth mentioning. Players are advised to restart the game after installing the patch to ensure matchmaking and online services load correctly, which can help avoid connection errors. On the technical side, newer NVIDIA drivers mean the game no longer wipes the shader cache after updates, reducing first launch stutter and improving overall startup smoothness for supported systems. It's a subtle improvement, but one that helps make the experience feel more polished, especially if you're hopping back in frequently after updates. This patch also arrived alongside an updated roadmap outlining what's planned for the year ahead. That includes additional paid content like another bounty pack and the first major story pack, alongside free updates such as a level cap increase, cross-platform saves, more endgame activities, another raid boss, and a full takedown-style challenge.